The annual JOMBA Masihambisane Dialogues is back for its second edition that is set to run from the 25th to the 27th of May. The free 3-day online dance colloquium will see a range of local and international young and established dance and performance scholars sharing their works and ideas digitally through carefully curated sessions. Now, Dr. Lliane and Nadine McKenzie join us on Zoom to tell us more about what to expect. Lliane, I'm going to start with you. Give us an overview of what the JOMBA Masihambisane Dialogues are about.
Good morning. So it's a 3-day colloquium. Lockdown has shifted a lot of the way we think about our performance. And one of the things that has come out of it is this desire to keep connection with one another and to keep conversations going. And so we set up last year this beautiful dialogue where we wanted to kind of have artists, scholars, people writing about dance, journalists, all meeting together just to kind of have a space to speak about this incredible art form in South Africa, but also particularly on our continent, and to connect people. So in a time where there was very little connection for our art form, to find a space for connection. So the dialogues are really, this year we've worked on this beautiful theme of dancing archives. And really what it's about is the idea of memory, the idea of how do we think about the memories that are in the body in terms of our own art form. So it's about how one dancer passes his legacy onto another dancer. How do we as artists working in the body keep our repertoires alive? But also because of the politics of memory, the idea of what has been forgotten. Has been forgotten from histories, from written histories, and the idea of also starting to encourage voices that haven't been heard in the archive or in the memory base of our country to have a space to speak about themselves and their art form.
Nadine, I want to bring you into this conversation. You're one of the key speakers of the JOMBA Masihambisane Dialogues. Please give us your view and understanding of this colloquium.
I think, as Lliane mentioned, it's such an important and amazing platform for artists to connect again. And for me, it's one of the reasons why I'm inspired and love this platform. It's because the ability to connect again as artists and to have a platform where we can share our stories and voice our thoughts and what is going on in our heads, and I guess also our reflection to what is happening around us in our society.
Lliane, speak to us about the other keynote speakers and artists and continental voices, that are lined up to share their insights at the colloquium.
So we've got, Nadine is our keynote speaker, and as speaker, we've also asked her to make some films. So there's also some dance films that are coming, through the colloquium. It's not just chat. There's also kind of artwork that's going to be shown. But we are particularly proud to have curated a series of panel discussions with really beautiful artists. So the two that I'm particularly excited about is that we are speaking to two curators who work on the continent, Adedeo Lliane from Nigeria and Kito Temba from Mozambique. And both of them run these extraordinary dance festivals. And we're going to be talking to them about the idea of a festival as a living archive, as a way in which artists come together to celebrate and make work, and the way in which, particularly on our continent, work survives through these amazing festivals. And then the second panel that is kind of my heart panel is we're getting together 4 dancers who've come through the legacy of moving into dance, Moipatong, a Johannesburg-based company, Vincent Mansui, Gregory Makoma, Sonia Radebe, and David April. And we're going to speak, all of them have sort of left MID and have their own extraordinary careers. And we're going to talk a little bit about their history with moving into dance and how that archive set them up to either shift or change or go in new directions, but also just, 4 powerhouses of dance in South Africa, and to have them them in one space talking about their work, their art, their lives, their stories is going to be really phenomenal.
I can only imagine that conversation. I mean, having Gregory Makoma and Vincent Mansui all in one room, can only imagine what that conversation is going to do. Nadine, where do you think this conversation should be heading as a choreographer and dancer? What conversations do you think the choreography and dancing world should be having at platforms such as these?
Well, I think it's important to have conversations about, where we come from as an industry, but more importantly as well, or as equally importantly, where we are heading as an industry, specifically dance in South Africa. Where we're currently at and where we are going and how we are moving forward together as an industry.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about the dates. Give us details, Lliane, where, when, how. Give us all those details.
Okay, so the wonderful thing about the dialogues is they're completely free. Anyone can join in. It's online. The dates are the 25th, 26th, and 27th. There are 3 full days of colloquiums, and you can come in and out of sessions. You don't have to sit through the whole lot, although perhaps you want to, but there might be sessions that you particularly make time to come and watch. And it's all through the JOMBA YouTube channel, so it's very easy to locate. You can, if you're kind of stuck finding the channel, just go to the JOMBA website. It's through the University of KwaZulu-Natal. It's through the Center for Creative Arts. And you just find the JOMBA website, and all the links will be there for you to click on and join us. Really easy, completely free. Just come and join the beautiful conversations.
Nadine, just before we end off this conversation, I asked us a bit earlier about what kind of conversations should we be having, but what are you hoping to get out of this?
I think for me, I just want to absorb as much from the other artists as well that will be part of these dialogues. I'm just very curious and interested in all the conversations that will be coming out of this. Nothing per se in specific, but really interested in hearing everyone's voices.
All right. Ladies, thank you so much for this conversation. I hope it is equally rewarding with that conversation that's coming up next week with the colloquium. On Zoom was Dr. Lliane and Nadine McKenzie. We've been speaking about the 2nd edition of the JOMBA Masihambisane Dialogues that are set to take place this week in KZN.